This is a conversation that I know for sure will ignite the WWE 2K community, because we're going to be talking about the new mode, which is the Island, only available on current gen consoles, and of course MyFACTIon. MyFACTIon is one of those modes that a lot of people are against, like myself, because of the way they have approached it. Not only is it bare bones and it feels hollow, they are going for our wallets to enable us to spend money and get these cards that they've been putting out. And I know that there's a way to grind the mode, and there's a way to get cards here and there through the card market now, which they've updated, and they've enhanced the rewards as well throughout the year. Even at the start, it all felt great, but now it feels like they haven't updated it enough. So I wanted to talk about that, as well as update you guys on what's coming with that next DLC and some new uploads from Witty in the community creation. So for more WWE 2K content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's kick things off with the topic at hand, the Island. So the Island for me was a fun experience initially with the story, and once I got past that first chapter, I felt like I was looking forward to exploring the multiplayer element. Unfortunately, that's just not there. When you load into the Island, it feels like there is no one there to greet you in terms of companionship with your friends. There's no motive, there's no tag matches, there's just not a whole lot going on except for you grinding to get these things, and that's it. And I'm talking about the stores. That's really the things that they have to offer, because they also have some banners and little badges and stuff like that, but it's not a crazy experience that you feel like you're missing out if you're on last gen. And I thought that this would be the selling point for current gen consoles. The platform itself, handling the Island, meeting up with your friends, and creating this social, section within the wrestling community where you can watch matches and engage in clans and battles. I thought that it would be more of that. And even though it wasn't, I feel like it has so much more potential to offer going forward than MyFACTIon. When it comes to MyFACTIon, yes, we got some more summer rewards, we got some cool artwork and packs that they've been releasing, but I feel that it's still going mainly for your wallet, because when you look at the rest of the mode itself, there's just not much going on. And I've said this time in and time out, I repeat myself every time we talk about MyFACTIon, and I'll tell you why. I wanted a mode where you create your squad, whether it be a 5v5, 2v2. I wanted to create a stable of sorts and challenge friends, and also tag with friends online in this multiplayer experience, and offline as well, creating something where we can all enjoy collecting. And I feel like while they've emphasized on the collecting part, and they've given us, these card options within the market itself, there's just not much to really talk about. Live events are whatever. Then we also have the World Tour that hasn't been updated for many that have completed it. I haven't partaken, much into that mode, just because I don't care for it. Honestly, they haven't sold me on this new iteration of what they were trying to do in 2k25. It felt hollow from the start, despite them giving us more options to grind. And you know what? I gotta give them credit where credit is due. The Island at least delivered this unique storytelling element, which is from the older WWE games, right? We don't have any voiceovers here, we're just reading. And the funny thing is that the wrestling community, some have welcomed this like myself, but others have been against it, calling it old and outdated technology. But when you play a Pokemon game and you play some of these older, or even some of the newer games on the Switch, it doesn't matter which version you're playing, you're gonna find yourself reading a lot in character versus getting voiceovers like we're used to seeing in these bigger games. Now, while WWE 2K has spoiled us with MyRise and what they've done over there, I feel like the Island at least gave us variety with the characters they threw in there. The writing felt like it was connecting with me personally, as far as like seeing R-Truth, Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, Johnny Gargano, Solo Sikoa, you know, Xavier Woods, just to name a few characters that showed up. They all felt like themselves, and they also had some wacky elements to them. LA Knight showing up dressed up as a knight. I appreciated that. Now, would I want cutscenes and I want voiceovers and more CGI stuff? Yes, of course, but I'm okay with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman showing up in real time with real footage versus not getting anything at all and having some text to follow up and give us some more context. I'm enjoying that element of the island, and that's why I wanted to focus within this discussion that the island has the best potential when I'm looking at 2K26, 2K27, and 2K28, because it's new, it's fresh, and it really engages with me and what I want out of that experience, just enough for me to see them bring it back. Now, MyFACTION, we've already seen what they've done with MyFACTION for several years. They literally went ahead and added multiplayer matches as a selling point. Oh, now you could go online and face some friends and face some, you know, users to grind your account. I felt like that just wasn't enough. It let me down. It made me feel like I got my worst enemy within the mode that I wanted, because it's a waste of time, and I can't help but criticize that, as much as I know they are working really hard on trying to deliver something special for the fans, but it's just convoluted. It feels convoluted. The game overall, with all these different modes, there is nothing that really sticks out aside from the showcase and the, you know, the presentation that they gave us this year. I feel like we could be doing so much better if we had a narrow avenue to really lock in and focus on giving us a super detailed, in-depth experience where they go all out. And I see that being the island, believe it or not. Whether you agree with me or not, we could continue that discussion in the comment section, but I'm just going based on, you know, the single player experience that I had this year with each chapter that was released, with the DLC, and how they celebrated these new things that came to the game, like the sword, the sledgehammer that sparked up. I thought that was real cool. Even the Bray Wyatt storyline. So I wanted to celebrate their efforts when it came to the island, because MyFACTION has just not delivered for what I thought it could have been. So let's talk about that DLC dropping September 17th, 2025. It's the Attitude Era pack, which has us all excited, especially if you watch the Attitude Era. D'Lo Brown, Billy Gunn, Road Dogg Victoria, and Mark Henry. Now, Victoria is not really from the Attitude Era. For me personally, I don't really care that they threw her in to this pack, but I wish we would have gotten someone else from that era. Maybe Gangrel would have been cool, since we don't have Edge and Christian in the game. Just, I don't know, it's just someone more Attitude Era. Val Venus, I don't know what that situation is like. I know it comes down to contracts, and it comes down to the legends being in good terms with WWE themselves. And like I mentioned in my previous video, it ultimately comes down to what WWE wants and how they want to promote it. We know Billy Gunn has been working with AEW, but that didn't stop them from adding him to this DLC and having worked with WWE in the past, showing up at the Hall of Fame. So whatever WWE allows, it's really going to come down to what they want to put out there. And then 2K Sports kind of picks up the slack with whatever they want to put out, and they meet in the middle somewhere creatively. I think that's how it is. I don't work or have any sources within, but I'm assuming that's how it goes, just because I've seen a lot of miscommunication. We were supposed to get Travis Scott, and that didn't happen. That was like the worst kept secret. Something happened backstage that stopped it from going forward. But let's talk about going forward into the future. We are getting 2K26, and that's going to be coming out in the fiscal year of 2026, as listed here by Smack Talks. Now, they had an earnings report recently, and it's very normal for them to do these quarterly earnings and talk about what's to come, what they can look forward to, and what they expect. So fall 2025 is the Netflix mobile game for WWE 2K, and then 2K26 is still on for basically that March 2026 launch. And then they also have GTA and some other games like NBA 2K, Mafia just came out in August. So yada yada yada. Everything is going smooth and according to plan, which we talked about this last year, right? This is an ongoing yearly thing that they pretty much expect, especially with the numbers continuing to go up, with the deals that WWE have been cutting, moving to ESPN. It's just billions of dollars and millions of dollars invested everywhere. And I feel like right now is the time to capitalize on the hype and deliver the best wrestling game they can possibly deliver. So let's talk about, you know, some more positive things here in this video that is not as controversial for you guys, that I know you guys are probably going crazy watching this video right now, probably wanting to comment and go off on me for saying that the island is good. But Witty dropped a Dominic Mysterio, which is very up to date. He's working on one with tattoos, and he collaborated with Sniper and My Name's Deadman for the new tattoos promos. He also has some commentary and can be added as an alternate attire. This is the one with the San Diego jersey, and we're also going to be seeing the AAA title within the community creation, so make sure you download it. It's available on all platforms except for Nintendo Switch 2, so I highly suggest you check him out because he also has John Cena. Now this one is very fresh off the print. This is John Cena with his farewell tour Dublin attire. The last time is now. Witty 226 is what you want to search up. Available everywhere, again, except Nintendo Switch 2. You can get the latest John Cena, which I thought looked pretty darn cool. Anytime he wears, you know, these black shirts with different color combinations, I always try to download them and use them for a bit because it gets boring using the same old colors over and over. And that brings me to the final upload that I wanted to celebrate from Witty. He collaborated with GameVolt and Deadman again. He has the accurate tattoo and new hair, commentary, and it can be used as an alternate attire. We're talking about CM Punk with the Fantastic Four colors from SummerSlam, and I did highlight what's the status. He did one recently as well. Both creations are cool. Download whichever one you like the most. But that's pretty much it from this update, guys. Things are looking bright for WWE 2k26. It's gonna happen. Sooner or later we'll start seeing some news, more later than sooner, because we're still in the midst of 2k25 and they keep promoting the Nintendo Switch version, but they haven't put it on sale yet. I'll have more updates on that when they do put it on sale. Thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate you guys supporting all these videos. We've been talking about Brock Lesnar. We've talked about Karrion Kross and all the craziness that's been going on within WWE and how that impacts the game going forward. We're going to continue to elaborate and discuss these matters in a way where we can enjoy each other's opinion. All right, I'm not here to argue with you, and I hope you're not here to argue with me. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for tuning in. Let's freaking go.